can make it if you believe. You've got the potentials living in you. You've got the power to succeed. You've got the power to achieve. You've got the power if you believe. Success power.
Welcome to Success Power. Let me begin today by sharing a story with you. Something that happened many years ago. I was on my first job. I was site engineer on a construction site. Something went wrong on the site. And my director gave me some tongue lashing because I was responsible anyway for all that happened on the site, although I was not directly responsible that day. I didn't feel good about it, and I'll tell you why. I thought to myself that I wasn't even supposed to be on that site in the first place. We had everything planned out in my family. My dad was a building contractor. I studied engineering just because of that. I was guaranteed a job because I was going to work in my father's company. And I grew up on construction sites, literally. And then by the time I was done with my studies in engineering, the business was practically gone. There was a downturn in the economy. The jobs were not there anymore. My dad couldn't get a contract. So there was no work for me to do in the company. That's why I had to look for a job. And now I was on the job, and my director was giving me, the tongue lashing of my life. I didn't like it. I wasn't happy. I don't know why that day my thinking just went down south. I mean, my feelings went down south, and I began to rehash everything. It's interesting. In our last broadcast, I was talking about the fact that life is about perspective. And having hope depends on your perspective. Losing hope depends on your perspective. This particular day, I just began to see everything from a negative perspective. Why, for God's sake, did our own company, my dad's business, go down? What went wrong? Whose fault was it? You see, if the business had not gone down, I wouldn't have been here. Tears welled up in my eyes, Oh, things had not worked out the way we planned. Was this how life was supposed to be? And all that. I was in a negative mood. But one thing changed everything. I just said a short prayer. Asked God what he thought about this whole deal. I went and sat down at the site office. And the still small voice, that quiet voice came in my heart. Is everything actually so negative in your life? Why don't you take a sheet of paper